Welcome. Well, you are at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family. And we are delighted that you have welcomed us into your home. We certainly would love to hear from you. So send us an email with a question or a comment to jimandjoy@EWTN.com. Well, today our guests are Dr. Mark and Molly Druffner. They are Catholic missionaries and founders of Partners for Hope Tanzania. You could go to their website, which I strongly encourage you to do. It's p4ht.org. And we're excited to have them on. They're married 30 years, they have 7 kids. They said yes to God 12 years ago. And guess what? They haven't stopped saying yes yet. Yes. And that's our journey, right, Lord? I mean, they didn't grow up to think that they were going to be missionaries, but that's what God did with them and to them and through them and also with their family. And we are going to bring them to you today. Yes. You don't want to miss this show. Yes. They're a lovely couple.
And so, thinking about the Druffners and 7 children and doing mission work and how do you do all of that? One of the things that they shared was how important prayer and the sacraments are in their lives. Without prayer and the power of the grace of the sacraments, they couldn't do this as a couple, as a family. And that brings us to another of our grandchildren, Gloria Camille Wright. Mm-hmm. And she made her first reconciliation or first confession. Mm-hmm. And we're just so very proud of her. And we've had numerous grandchildren lately that are going through that process and making their first confession. And, if our children understand what the sacraments are, not that we could ever fully understand that, but that Christ's presence is so there. His grace is promised to be there. That if they understand that, especially, I think, the sacrament of confession and the Eucharist, that it's very unlikely they'll ever leave the church. One of the biggest problems is that our children, and then they grow up, don't understand the encounter with Jesus Christ, the manifest presence of Christ in the sacraments of the church. And Gloria, when she was really, ready to do this, she said she wasn't nervous. She was the first one to make her confession to Father John Paul.
Father John Paul, who also is on our show.
And when she was done, we was asking, well, how was that encounter? How did you feel? But she goes, I feel squeaky clean. That's what she said.
Yeah,
I love
it was so beautiful. Yeah. And then the parents, she's one of 8, so to be alone with your parents is kind of rare. And so then the parents took just Gloria to lunch wherever she wanted to go, and so she got to do that, and we're so happy for her. And we ask for your prayers for all the little children who are making their first confession, and even those who are going through RCIA who are going to be preparing to make their first confession. I remember me making my first confession. I was a convert. And so I had a lot of stuff to tell. And it was kind of scary, but confession is good for our souls. And it is a sanctifying process where we really become one. And it's very rare that I ever go to confession where I don't cry. Because it's just, is this really happening? It's so beautiful.
And as Gloria says, theologically, these are theological terms, you could become squeaky clean. Squeaky clean. So thanks for being with us today. The Druffners are here, going to share with us about mission. Every Catholic is called to be a missionary of human dignity, redeemed by the cross, and you are sent by God to evangelize this world. What's he calling you to at this point? We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Please don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, you are at home with Jim and Joy. And today, our guests are Dr. Mark and Molly Druffner. They're Catholic missionaries, and they're founders of Partners for Hope Tanzania. You could go to their website. I encourage you to do this. P4ht.org. partnersforhopetanzania.org. Partnersforhopetanzania.org. Well, I'm excited to have Mark and Molly with us today, with Jim and Joy. And
Thanks for
it
having
really is a privilege. The witness, when we went to your website, your witness of yes. And we know that whenever we say yes to Jesus, we have no idea what we're getting into. We know it's going to be an adventure. I'm always looking for the fun in the journey. Jim's very present and aware of the work of it. But I'm like, well, we got to have fun if we're going to be doing this.
Yeah.
And so you said yes. But tell our family a little bit about yourselves, because you have a lot of children, and then you even took your children, right?
Yeah.
So tell our family a little bit about Mark and Molly and what inspired the both of you to get involved with this beautiful missionary effort.
Well, we met each other. We were both at Boston College. I was studying theology and theater, if you can imagine that combination.
That works.
TNT.
My dad said, what are you going to do, act for Jesus? And I said, maybe.
St. John Paul did.
That's right, that's right.
And Mark was studying medicine, and we met in a theology class. We got in a great argument. I can't remember over what. And it was the first time we met was this argument. And I said, I really like this guy. He's such a gentleman when he argues, you know. So that was love at first sight. I went home to my roommates. I said, I just met the man I'm going to marry, and that was it. We started dating and have been together ever since. And then it was our prenuptial agreement that we would go to Africa. I've wanted to go to Africa since I was little. My mom said I used to come in the kitchen and say, I want to go to Africa, because I would see, she would put like the Mother Teresa posters on the refrigerator, you know, and so then he asked me to marry him, and I said, okay, if you'll go to Africa. So the first
You really said that?
Because in so many words,
Yeah.
And so then
That was right.
he said yes. So after medical school, we went to Kenya for a year and worked in northern Kenya.
And no children at that point.
No children at that point.
Okay.
Yep.
So you were truly young, newlywed missionaries.
We were, and we had a blast. We were with 2 other American couples, and we had so much fun. Mark worked in the hospital, and I taught in a community school, and we just had a great time. And then came back pregnant with our first, Jake, who now has our 3 grandchildren, our 3 grand boys, my grandjoys.
Yes.
And then we started, you know, contemplating, thinking about, you know, we really want to go back. We really want to do mission work, but how can we do it?
Yeah, we wanted to go back, and we family got busy. I became a partner in a medical clinic, and all the investment of time and seeing patients and raising 7 children, but always wanting to do mission work. And I'm originally from Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I went to a Jesuit high school there, Scranton Prep, and one of our journeys was to Mexico City for a summer, spent with the poor, and so I got a service mind to do something like that. And then after we got back from Kenya, we kept waiting and, you know, asking God, when can we do this? When can we do medical mission work? And one day, the priest who was doing the mission appeal at our Catholic parish at St. Michael's in Stillwater, a priest from Tanzania was there, and he talked about a hospital, a Catholic hospital built in East Africa, and it was about to go under. There had been no doctor there for 6 years. Imagine a hospital with no doctor, just a few years. 6 years, babies being delivered, you know, all of the tragedies going on without a physician. And so we looked at each other and said, this might be the opportunity. And a year later, we were there. We spent our first 3 months there.
So, but that time, you weren't just Mark and Molly. You went with 7 of your children.
Right. Yeah.
What was it like to journey with 7 kids? I mean, I know what it's like to go from Alabama to New
Just to
Jersey.
get in the car and
Get in
drive
the car
someplace.
and do that. What, I mean, really, what was that like?
Well, we did have to get them excited. You know, they didn't want to leave their friends for the 3 months
And
of
what
summer.
were
They
their
didn't-
ages at that time?
Jake was 15 and Rose was almost 2.
Okay, so they were in that crunch.
Yeah, so the little ones, you know, very complicated. I had to pack up huge initially I said, okay, I'm going to bring all these Pampers. Well, no, you can't bring Pampers for 3 months. So I did cloth diapers, which I hadn't done before, let me tell you.
That's fun. I did that. in the domestic, in the United States.
So we all the kids had to bring a carry-on bag. So we kept it really simple. We said, everything you want to bring with you, you have to have in a carry-on bag. And then the rest was all donations from parishes around the Twin Cities in Minnesota of medical supplies, clothing, food that we were going to take with us, all kinds of just amazing things. And so we ended up with 18 duffel bags. And getting from the airport, which was 4 hours away in Kenya, in a little van with 10, there were 10 of us, and 18 bags. Getting from there to Tanzania in the middle of the night was one of the first kind of times that I ever felt like,
we're not
what
in Kansas
are
anymore.
we doing?
And no McDonald's drive-thru to go through, right? I mean,
no.
I'm hungry. It's like,
Have another granola bar.
Kids getting used to just water to drink and no cold water, no refrigeration, so warm water and just whatever snacks we could find, and all of the sacrifices that the kids had to go through just to travel there,
And it was
by
soon
ourselves.
after 9/11. We went in 2009. I mean, not soon after, but enough after where a couple of our kids were pretty afraid to go somewhere to a foreign place, and so some of the older kids were really frightened. But when we first arrived, we came to this beautiful. We thought we were going to live in a hut, and we had this beautiful convent that had, the nuns had left. And so there were 7 bedrooms, and it was the first time in their life they ever got their own bedroom. So they were really excited.
Like missionary work's great.
Everybody got a small cell, and but it was Laura Ingalls Wilder. I mean, we had a wood burning stove, and we had
No water, no running water, no electricity.
We had to carry buckets of water in every day, no electricity. So it was like camping with a roof.
And did we laugh and cry a lot?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So no electricity and no water in the convent?
in the house. Yeah.
Okay.
So the kids,
Yeah.
there were tough times. The kids got sick.
Wow.
The kids had to bring in all the wood for the wood burning stove. I had to cook everything over the wood burning stove. But I don't know. I thought it was fun. But it was a challenge for some of them for sure. And it was hard work physically.
And then what were you doing there?
Well,
So she's there with making the food over the stove, and there you are.
So the hospital is a conglomeration of about 10 buildings on a mountainside. It's at about 6,000 feet, so it's in the mountains. So it's cool at night, down to 45 degrees. And each morning we'd wake up, we'd go to Mass at 7 in Swahili, and the priest would say Mass, and the kids would leave, we'd have breakfast, and then I would head up to the hospital. And then there'd be a clinic where many patients would be waiting. There's no appointments, so there's no phones. They would just show up, first come, first serve. Find out, which patients needed to be seen right away, and then find out how many patients are in the hospital that morning. It's a 30 to 40 bed hospital with labor and delivery. So rounding the clinic, rounding at the hospital, deliveries or emergencies. So I was the only doctor there for 3 months, 24/7, and no consistent electricity or water in the hospital most of the time that first year. And so it was really, when my colleagues asked me what it's like, I'd say, well, go camping and then run a hospital out of your garage.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it would be like.
When did your day end? I mean, because I'm sure the lines didn't end.
Yeah,
So at some point you got to go, I'm done.
Yeah, that's right. I would say when it got dark. And in a tropical country, the sun comes up and goes down at the same time every day. And people have to walk home. And so most of the patients, we'd have to finish seeing in the clinic by about 4 to 5 o'clock because they had at least a few hours walk. And then at night, go back to the house. But then at night, I could be called for mostly deliveries or emergencies. And at that time, there was no phone, so the hospital guard would just walk down or run down and tap on my window. I had a little flag on my window, so he knew which window to knock on, because at first he was knocking on all the kids' windows, asking for the doctor. And then I would, run up in the middle of the night for whatever would happen.
Now, you said they didn't have a physician there for like 6 years. So what were they doing in that hospital? Were there nurses? Were there just people helping out? In what way? Because they're coming there for help.
Yes.
So what was happening, and who did you have assisting you, if anyone at all? And how did you overcome the language barrier? So those are
Great questions. There were 3 midwives delivering babies, but unable to do C-section backup. There were a few nurses, 4 or 5 nurses. So at any one time, there would be 1 nurse and 1 midwife on for the whole hospital, 24/7, and then they would have to do shifts. So how they operated for years, and there were many disasters and many very sick people and deaths, because the nearest hospital to put someone in a vehicle was about 2.5 hours. So oftentimes if a woman needed a C-section at that time, she'd be put into a truck and driven 2.5 hours, and you would hope they would survive. But so that was one.
And the baby.
Yeah, so that was one of the first things that I started, was to get the operating room back so we could do C-sections there, and I do C-sections and or emergencies. So it was very challenging. There was no water or electricity, so oftentimes we were doing deliveries with a headlamp in the middle of the night. And at that time, they only had oil-burning kerosene lanterns. So when I got there, I would go up for a delivery, and the nurse would be doing a delivery with a kerosene lantern. So it was very basic, shocking. It took me weeks just to get over the shock of what.
Sure, just to process
how
it
to,
all.
So you had some people assisting you that knew the language, but
Right.
you couldn't really, they had to tell you what was being said if you're saying, you're trying to deduce what's going on in their bodies or what's happening.
Yes. So we studied quite a bit of Swahili before we left. I did try to do all the parts of the body, how to interview a patient. But when I was there, I had an assistant who spoke English. His name is Peter. And so he would teach me a lot of Swahili. And so I really intensely studied it when I was there. So now I can interview a patient in Swahili. I can speak, basic Swahili.
So you have these people coming to you possibly from miles away, like they would walk? they'd come?
Many patients, even pregnant, would walk 3 to 5 hours
Wow.
to come to the clinic or the hospital.
Okay.
And it was tragic in many ways.
So people are coming to you.
Yeah.
What did you all find when you went to them? Did you ever go to them? Did you have a reason to go to them? So you got the impact of just them coming, and the poverty and the humility and the hurting. So that's one thing. But where did these people come from? Did you ever go to their place? Like, what is happening with them?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. What did you see?
Mark not only did house visits often,
Okay.
but I made good friends with a lot of the women there. As you can imagine, when Mark was at the hospital, I was in the house with the kids. And what was so exciting or kind of surprising to me was the very first day we arrived, there were 3 women in my kitchen cooking. Like, I walked in and they were cooking, our food, teaching me how to make chapatis, the flatbread, teaching me how to make African food, immediately becoming good friends.
Yeah.
And so I became friends with this whole group of Catholic women who were kind of, the church women. It was a big group of women, and they would invite us to their house for dinner, and we would go into these humble little huts. Or they're brick homes, actually. They make their own bricks.
Yeah.
Right on site, right out of the clay of the earth there. And they would invite us over for dinner, and it would be whatever they had. I mean, if they had a chicken, it was killed for us. If they had a goat, it was killed for us. If they had, just vegetables and rice, they gave like everything that they had. But then our children got to run around and play with their kids and learn some Swahili or, exchange English and Swahili words. And, we became fast friends.
Yeah.
But we really learned that they were impoverished and that it would take a very minuscule amount of support to help them in what they needed.
Yeah.
So the first year that we were there, I learned that women needed just a little bit of cash to start a vegetable cart so that they could, or to buy a vegetable cart so they could take their vegetables to market to start a vegetable business. Well, how much is that? I'm thinking hundreds. Well, if you just had $25, I could buy a cart, that kind of thing. And I thought, yeah, I've got $25. That's how much I spent at Starbucks. And so that first year, we really learned what the needs of the families were, and most of it was either water,
Yeah.
tuition for their kids to go to school, because a lot of the kids didn't go to school or weren't able to go to high school, and microloans for
Right.
women
Microloans.
so they could start their small businesses and really uplift their families.
Yeah.
So
We were watching, well, it's too short, I can't go into the story, but we're going to take a break at this point, and we're going to hold you over for the final segment, and we just want you to unpack more fully. So you went there for 3 months. what happened after that? I mean, you could have said, well, we've done our thing, and somebody else is going to have to make a contribution.
Off the bucket list,
Right.
the missionary work done.
We'll see where we go from
Okay.
that 3-month period. So we'll be right back. There's plenty more to come. Please don't go away.
All right.
Well, welcome back. Molly and Mark, we've been sharing about your missionary journey for some 3 months there, I guess in Wambo,
Wambo, yeah.
Tanzania.
Wambo Village.
And so, my thinking is, when somebody does something like that, maybe say, well, I've done my part. Somebody else needs to pick this up and do this. But what happened after those 3 months? Because we know this magnificent ministry has developed. So what was the transition?
We went home really exhausted, and we kind of questioned whether we'd go back. Why
Right.
would we do that again?
Right.
But as we came home and people started asking a lot of questions, and we felt like we were getting kind of excited about our answers to those questions and getting excited about our work and starting to realize, wait, this isn't just a temporary call, that through prayer and through, just going to Mass and, like we said before, receiving the sacraments, we realized this is a true calling from God,
Yeah.
and we can't say no. You can't say no. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
gospel yesterday, talking
Right.
about, that when you're called, who's going to go? Here I am, Lord.
Here I am.
Here I am, Lord.
How could we leave them unsupported? Because they were back in the same spot when we left.
Right.
That they needed support, medical support to take care of patients, to deliver babies safely, to have mothers go home with their baby in their arms. And so far, we were the only ones who could support them. And so we didn't know the answers at that point, but we knew we wanted to continue.
Yeah. Well, it's something in the scripture that says, like, I heard about you, but then I saw you. The Lord, he said, I've heard about you, but now I've seen you for myself. I think that's what happens in these situations that we're hearing about, the desperation, the need, and so on. But when you see and smell and love, and I know when you were sharing just about the care and people coming, and I could see the compassion, I could see your desire to almost cry, because you're saying, like, these really hurting situations, hurting people, they shouldn't be like this. If we have an underserved area in America, it's like, well, let's throw a couple of $1 million at it and you get it solved. Like, how could this be? And a protest takes place. It's hard to believe. Well, maybe there are places like this, but once it gets in your gut, and then I guess you're finding out that, when you first said yes, it was about you guys going, but now you're a mediator, right?
Right.
Between the parish and other people and God.
Right.
How did this?
Plus, it's our church. It's the Catholic Church in that country. We're an international church, and churches run hospitals all over the world. And we need to establish between parishes here and the parish there support.
And the diocese, we got very connected to the diocese there, Same Diocese, and we connected the Archdiocese.
What's the name of the
Twin
diocese?
Cities, Same.
Same.
Same, S-A-M-E, same, but they pronounce it Same. And then our Archdiocese in the Twin Cities, and we've really brought those two together, and that's helped us and
Yeah.
other people realize
Yeah.
this is a global church.
Right.
Amen.
It's not just about us, an American church, and how we feel about, the faith. This is a global church, and we have to be constantly
Yes.
aware that we've been given so much. We have so many resources. I can't even begin to talk about that, but so many resources, and it takes so little to help people. So little. The smallest amount of money, $5, $25, $50 can change someone's life.
Yeah.
And if you can change someone's life by either giving a little
Yeah.
money,
Right.
doing a mission trip, becoming missionaries,
Yeah.
whatever it is
Yeah.
that you want to offer, send books.
Right.
People are begging us for textbooks constantly. Anything that you have in your
Yes.
resources, in your toolkit, somebody needs,
Right.
and it could change their life.
Right.
And that's why we knew we had to go back.
Well, and we want to finish all that up and come to this conversation again tomorrow, because we want to awaken the church, the people of God, not just the clergy, the laity, bishops, whoever, to say, here I am, Lord, send me. Or not send me, I'm going to send resources. I have money to send. Maybe I can't physically go, but I can write you a check and you can have the resources sent on.
Yeah, there's goers and there's senders.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. It's so very, very important.
Yeah.
So God
Thank
bless
you.
you and God bless all of your loved ones. You keep it on EWTN. Bye now.